Hello, welcome back to my channel, and I hope everybody is having a very good new year so far. And I'm so hoping that this year is not like 2020, and I hope that this year is the year of fulfillment, the year of peace, and the year of good fortune. So I am back with my regular lessons. And in today's class, I have chosen a very famous, a very popular play, and it is a very favorite play amongst youngsters, and that is Look Back in Anger. Now, Look Back in Anger is a path-breaking play which is written by Osborne, and the play is very significant because it started the angry young movement in English literature. So Amitabh Bachchan is popularly known as the angry young hero, and he in a way is very similar to Jimmy Porter, who is also the protagonist or the hero of this play. Now, the plot of Look Back in Anger is very simple. There's this highly educated man. Now, this was the time when the society was coming out of recession, and for the first time, people were realizing that even if you have a university degree, even if you are very well qualified and educated, you might still end up being unemployed. Before this, prior to this, this was never realized. Like, পড়াশোনা করবো অথচ চাকরি পাবো না, এই ব্যাপারটা ঠিক এর আগে ছিল না. Now, the class division, which is so very evident, is also largely the result of industrialization, and it was definitely felt so much more during the 20th and the 21st century, so as to say. Before the industrial revolution, কি হতো কি সবার কাছে সবাই তো চাষবাস করতো, it was primarily agricultural world. So তখন কি হতো কি মোটামুটি পয়সা সবার কাছে আছে. The people who owned the lands, they could be a little richer, but in total the difference in income, the difference in class, as we can see in today's world, in the post-industrialized world, that type of difference in class structure was not seen prior to the Industrial Revolution. ওই ধরনের সাংঘাতিক difference in economic structure এটা কিন্তু এর আগে দেখা যেত না. বিফোর দ্য ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল রেভলিউশন এটা কিন্তু দেখা যেত না সেইরকম ভাবে, এইরকম সাংঘাতিক, এরকম মানে যেখানে কোনো মিলই নেই, কেউ বড়লোক তো অসম্ভব বড়লোক আর কেউ গরিব তো খেতেই পাচ্ছে না, এই ধরনের কনফ্লিক্ট অফ দ্য ক্লাসেস was definitely a byproduct of the Industrial Revolution. এই প্লেতেও দেখা যাচ্ছে যে অ্যালিসন or Jimmy Porter's wife, she belongs to a very affluent family, a really, really rich family. And one of the reasons why Jimmy decides to marry Allison is not out of love, but it was more out of the fact that he was rejected by Allison's parents. এই যে working class people having tremendous wrath, tremendous anger against the affluent classes, against the capitalist, has been visualized or has been symbolized by Porter's act of marrying Allison. Allisonকে বিয়ে করে he's taking his revenge or his vengeance. So the marriage, first and foremost, is based on not on the feeling of affection, but rather on the feeling of vengeance, anger, একটা প্রতিহিংসা, একটা বদলা নেবার অনুভূতির ওপরে এই বিয়েটা ভিত্তি করা. So of course the fate of this marriage seems very bleak. Now, the play opens with Allison ironing and Jimmy Porter, very mad as he is seen in the entirety of the play, and continuing his one angry tirade. He is very frustrated against everything. He's mad at the society, he's mad at the class structure, he's mad at religion. There's nothing good about the world that he inhabits. Now, he keeps on punching Allison. Allison ke constantly provoke korche to get a sort of an angry reaction. But it seems as if Allison is so used to this type of angry tirade from Jimmy Porter that she has probably built a very strong and a very impenetrable wall all around herself. চারিদিকটা নিজেকে যেন একটা দেওয়াল দিয়ে পুরো ঘিরে ফেলেছে, যেখানে যত হার্টফুলি হোক না কেন জিমি পোর্টার, ওর কোনো রকম angry repartees or satirical comments অ্যালিসনকে আর সেইভাবে প্রভোক করছে না। But what about her inside? Is she fine? No, inside she's crumbling. She's psychologically at a very unstable position right now. সেটা কিন্তু আমরা পরে দেখতে পারবো when Allison loses her child. দেখো, physical health কিন্তু modern world এ অতটা important নেই আর। With the development of medical sciences, any sort of physical ailments can be cured. But the modern world, the 20th and the 21st century, is marked by the identification of mental illnesses, psychological problems. এবং অ্যালিসন নিশ্চয়ই এরকম একটা কোনো সাইকোলজিক্যাল প্রবলেমের মধ্যে দিয়ে যাচ্ছিল, যার ফলে she couldn't carry her baby full term and she had to lose the baby. একটা বাচ্চাকে এই ওয়ার্ল্ডে আনার জন্য একটা মাদারের she needs both definitely very physically fit. She needs to have a body which is good enough to carry, but psychologically also she needs to have a very sound and fresh mind. So the fact that she lost her baby despite she went away from Porter and she was in the comfort of her house and there were people to take care of her, তবু যে সে ক্যারি করতে পারলো না, which shows that probably psychologically she wasn't very sound. Now, in the opening act, Jimmy Porter is really irritating to us. আপাতভাবে আমরা বুঝতে পারছি না যে what is causing this anger. Okay, you don't have a job. You are angry at the society. You are angry at the class structure. You are angry at religion. What is your problem? But as we proceed with the play, we realize that Jimmy Porter has a very softer side. You know, whether it is his friend's mom, who has been really, really nice to him in his life, or whether it be, that is his Hugh Tanner's mom, or whether it be his musical side, he plays the trumpet and all that. He definitely has a very softer side. But what has happened is the constant blows of life. Constantly তুমি যদি কাউকে রিজেক্ট করো, constantly, and there is no reason why, if they face this sort of rejection, that brings in a terrible bitterness. এবং Jimmy Porter is the result of such bitterness. যার জন্য when I was doing a course on child psychology before I became a teacher here in the United States, we were often said that whenever a kid is unable to do anything, don't correct him negatively or her negatively. Don't say that you can't do it. You rather have to say that Why don't you try something else? So negative comments, negative feelings, negative emotion, rejection, it is very difficult to accept it. জিমি পোর্টারেরও কিন্তু এই অবস্থাটাই হয়েছে। পড়াশোনা করেছে ভালো, সব কিছু ভালো, তবু চাকরি পাচ্ছে না। Families are collapsing, society is collapsing, nothing can give him the comfort, and that sort of bitterness, that angst, that anger is largely the result of continuous rejection that he has experienced. নইলে কিন্তু মানুষটা বোধহয় অতটাও খারাপ না. There is a softer side in him. Now, Allison, if we talk about the character of Allison, she is probably too unresponsive. Now, the negative of hate is not love, or the negative of love is not hate. Because even when you hate a person, you tend to think about it, about him or her, you tend to care about him or her, maybe negatively, but you do. Negative of love is indifference. When you stop caring, when you do not respond, when you do not give a feedback. Allison's indifference towards Porter, whatever reason it might be, fills up the anger within Porter and makes the relationship almost unbearable for both of them. So the fact that Jimmy Porter and Allison, they cannot coexist peacefully together, a certain share of the blame is on Porter himself, because his anger, whatever reason behind it may be, has been channelized in a very negative way towards Allison. Allison is not responsible for what has happened to him. On the other hand, the blame for the fragile relationship also lies on Allison. She is never taking a stand for herself. She is too unresponsive. It seems as if she doesn't care anymore. She just goes on with her routine chores and, nothing seems to happen to her. That is too much for a passionate person like Porter to deal with. Now, Act 1 ends at a point where Porter, he's really mad at everything and his anger gets channelized towards Allison, as I said. And he says to Allison that, okay, you have been, brought up in a extremely delicate manner. You don't know the realities of life. You have not even encountered a death in your life. And he, in a way, curses Allison, demanding, that she encounters the death of her unborn fetus. Now, little did he know, this is the case of dramatic irony, little did he know that Allison was actually expecting their first child. And he says this and he just goes, and Allison is, comforted by Cliff, Jimmy's friend. And to Cliff, Allison says that she is actually expecting a new life. And, and she also sort of tells Cliff that it is becoming a little too overwhelming to deal with it. But our problem as readers or as audience is, why are you telling this to Cliff? Why not to Porter himself? ও যখন তোমাকে বলছে যে তোমার তুমি এতটাই প্রোটেক্টেড যে তুমি রিয়ালিটিস অফ লাইফকে জানো না, এবং তার জন্য আমি আশা করি যে তোমার সন্তান গর্ভের মধ্যেই তার যেন মৃত্যু হয়ে যায়. And he uses very, very detailed imageries to express his thought, which are pretty morbid in nature. So then why did not Allison just stopped him and said that do not say that, cause I am going to bring our first child on earth. But she just kept quiet and she just soaked it in. the first act ends in here, and in the first act also we are introduced to a very funny bear and squirrel game that both Jimmy Porter and Allison takes part into. I will be talking about this bear and squirrel game in our next classes. If you like my video, if they are helpful to you, please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. And I had a request from Arvind, from you, where you said that I should talk about love that is not requited or that is not fulfilled. So to you, Arvind, once again, thank you for supporting my channel so much. And please stay with these videos, because unrequited love, anger, and everything is there in the analysis of John Osborne's Look Back in Anger. So as we proceed with the discussions, the layers of meanings and probably answers to your questions will be unfurled. So till now, I'm going to bid adieu, but we'll come back again with another video. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Your sweet words, your comments, your likes, and your subscribe, the more subscribers I get, it is so much of an encouragement to me. Till then, bye.